Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Before this video starts, I just wanted to say Merry Christmas to every one of you who is watching this video and Happy Holidays. And yeah, that was what I was gonna say. Today I'm gonna be showing you how you can add the Elite Mods from ModNation Racers in the beta for the game. This is a very involved process. If you have like a modified PlayStation 3 with a copy of the ModNation Racers beta somehow. So yeah, let's get into it. The first step into knowing how to add the Elite Mods in the beta for ModNation Racers as not only AI characters but also playable, selectable characters is to know about .xml files. XML, which stands for Extensible Markup Language, is a markup language and file format for storing, transmitting, and reconstructing data. It defines a set of rules for encoding documents in a format that is both human readable and machine readable. ModNation Racers uses these files for things like the story mode, to set the Elite Mods you will fight against in a grudge match, for example, as well as letting you add other AI characters, setting them as Elite Mods or non-Elite Mods, among other features. We will focus on the file called public_beta_career.xml, which contains information about assets that the user will have by default. To edit this file, you can use programs like the very Notepad, or other programs that can read XML format files, such as the one I'm going to be using in this occasion, Notepad++. Simply drag and drop this file into Notepad++ or any sort of program that accepts these sort of files and look at its contents. In my case, I have already done this, but these are the things you have to add. Same thing for the cards, which I forgot to mention. But Splat, how can I know the internal name of the cards if you never showcased them in this video to begin with? First and foremost, yes I did, right here. And second of all, there is a folder named ROM, which contains 3 folders called Character, Track, and Vehicle. The internal names for the Elite Mods and their respective cards will be found there. The process of individually adding each character and card is a bit tedious, so you will need a bit of patience. Once you did this, you can transfer this finally to your PlayStation 3 and load up the ModNation Racers beta. And voila! You now have the Elite Mods in the beta for ModNation Racers, both as AI characters and playable characters, as well as the cards of course. Another question you might have is, who is this for? Well, this was made because I like tampering with early versions of video games. And because the ModNation Racers beta is technically identical to the released version, modifying the XML files is pretty easy to do and very accessible for anyone. If you also happen to have the beta still installed on your PlayStation 3, this can give you a bit more entertainment since the servers for the beta are already shut down, meaning that it's now a boring 2 GB paperweight, unless you know your stuff about PlayStation 3 modding, of course. You can also enable offline quick race in the beta by changing a setting in user_options.xml, which means you can also race against AI opponents the game had beforehand, plus the newly added Elite Mods. While there is people who will point out in the comments that doing these things doesn't matter due to the beta being played by basically nobody due to the lack of interest in it, there's also other people who will much appreciate this little information about the beta for ModNation Racers. If you want to do this yourself, the internal names for all Elite Mods and their respective cards will be in the description, as well as the entries you need so they can function in the game to begin with. Interestingly enough, there are also story mode characters in this beta, such as the crew chief, Mother, Richard Short, the cops, the detective, and even Gary Reasons and Biff Treadwell. I can't confirm if this works in the beta though. That's all for today's video. I hope you greatly enjoyed this content, and if you enjoyed the video, consider liking it and subscribing to my channel. I also want to take a quick moment to thank you all again for 60 subscribers. This is very huge for the channel. Truly, thank you all for the support, and thank you again for watching this video. Be sure to like, and happy holidays!